Imagine a machine so advanced it could cut through granite like it was butter, leaving behind perfectly smooth, spiraling cuts that even modern lasers struggle to match. Now, imagine this machine wasn't built in a high-tech factory in 2025, but over 4,000 years ago in ancient Egypt. In 1880, Sir Flinders Petrie, the father of modern Egyptology, entered the pyramids with precision instruments. What he discovered shocked him so deeply that he wrote, "This is not the work of primitive tools. This is machine work." So here's the question that still haunts engineers and historians today. If the ancient Egyptians had lost advanced technology, where did it go? Why does almost every history book completely ignore it? In this video, we're going deep into the forbidden evidence, the precision, the drilling, the power plant theory, and the disturbing reason this technology may have been erased from history. Stick around until the end, because the final revelation might just change how you see human history forever. Let's start with the facts that hurt your brain. The Great Pyramid of Giza was originally 146 meters tall and contained roughly 2.3 million stone blocks. The heaviest blocks weigh between 50 to 80 tons. These blocks were cut and placed with such insane accuracy that you can't even slide a razor blade between the joints. The entire structure is aligned to true north with an error of less than 0.05 degrees. That level of precision without satellites or modern lasers is almost impossible, even today. Sir Flinders Petrie measured diorite bowls and granite surfaces inside the pyramid that were perfectly balanced and machined to tolerances we associate with modern CNC machines. His conclusion? These artifacts show clear signs of machine tooling, not just chisels and hammers. So the big question is simple. How did a so-called primitive civilization achieve this? Now we come to the strongest physical proof of lost technology. Inside the pyramids and temples, researchers have found granite cores, the cylindrical pieces left behind after drilling. These cores have perfectly uniform spiral grooves that spiral downward, suggesting they were cut with extreme speed and pressure. Engineers who have studied them calculate that this would require a drill operating at 500 to 1,000 rotations per minute, while somehow maintaining constant pressure through extremely hard granite. Copper tools, which is what mainstream archaeology says they used, are simply too soft. They would melt or deform instantly. Even more disturbing evidence comes from the Serapeum of Saqqara. There you'll find 25 massive granite boxes, each weighing between 70 and 100 tons. The interior surfaces are polished to a mirror-like finish, with tolerances as small as 0.0005 inches. That is aerospace-level precision. These boxes weren't simple coffins. The level of engineering is so high that some researchers openly ask, were these boxes even made by the Egyptians we know about? Or did they inherit them from an earlier, far more advanced civilization? Now we come to the strongest physical proof of lost technology. Inside the pyramids and temples, researchers have found granite cores, the cylindrical pieces left behind after drilling. These cores have perfectly uniform spiral grooves that spiral downward, suggesting they were cut with extreme speed and pressure. Engineers who have studied them calculate that this would require a drill operating at perhaps the most controversial idea comes from mechanical engineer Christopher Dunn. After studying the pyramids for over 20 years, Dunn proposed in his book The Giza Power Plant that the Great Pyramid wasn't primarily a tomb. It was a machine, an ancient power generator. Here's how he believes it worked. The king's chamber is lined with granite beams that resonate at specific frequencies. Hydrogen gas was supposedly generated in the lower chambers, then the structure used resonance and vibration to convert that energy into usable power. The missing capstone at the top may have been made of gold or another conductive material to transmit energy. Crazy theory? Maybe, but here are the facts that make people listen. The temperature inside the pyramid stays almost exactly 20 degrees Celsius, 68 degrees Fahrenheit, no matter if it's 50 degrees outside. The air shafts align with specific stars and constellations. The entire internal layout matches the principles of acoustic resonance. Whether it was a power plant or not, one thing is clear. The pyramid was designed like a sophisticated piece of technology, not just a fancy grave.
Another mystery that refuses to die: transportation and lifting. How do you move 70-ton granite blocks 800 kilometers from the Aswan quarries, then lift them more than 100 meters high without wheels, cranes, or modern machinery? The official story says they used massive earthen ramps, but engineers point out that a ramp long enough to maintain a workable slope would have been bigger than the pyramid itself, and we've never found evidence of such ramps. Recent experiments with wet sand reduced friction, but they still can't explain moving 70-ton blocks efficiently. Some alternative researchers talk about sound levitation or acoustic technology that temporarily reduced the effects of gravity. Whether that's true or not, the gap between what mainstream archaeology claims and what the physical evidence shows keeps getting wider.
So, if this advanced knowledge existed, why did it disappear? Several disturbing possibilities exist. 1. The knowledge was restricted to a small priestly elite and never written down for ordinary people. 2. The destruction of the Great Library of Alexandria wiped out thousands of ancient texts that may have contained the instructions. 3. A major cataclysm, floods, solar events, or pole shifts, reset civilization, and the technology was forgotten. 4. It was deliberately hidden or suppressed because it was considered too powerful or dangerous. Even today, certain chambers and areas around the pyramids remain off-limits to independent researchers. The Egyptian government tightly controls what can and cannot be studied. Why?
Here's the final thought I want to leave you with. The pyramids may not just be tombs or even power plants. They may be a message from a civilization that was far more advanced than we give them credit for. We send rockets to Mars, yet we still cannot fully explain how the ancient Egyptians achieved what they did with the tools we're told they had. Perhaps the real question isn't how did they build it. The real question is, what else have we forgotten? What do you think? Was there genuinely lost advanced technology in ancient Egypt? Or is all of this just coincidence and human imagination? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. The most interesting ones will be featured in the next video. If you want to dive deeper into humanity's hidden history, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. In the next video, we're going to explore lost technologies mentioned in ancient Indian texts that sound even more unbelievable. Thanks for watching. Keep questioning everything, and I'll see you in the next one.